Well, good evening, sir.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
I met her on a Monday and my heart stood still. A do-rah-rah, a do-rah-rah. Somebody told me that her name was Bill. I always expect that to be
what? To do what?
I always expect Oh no.
Oh, what?
I think I just realized that my mic's on the wrong. I might be on the wrong mic. Hold on.
You sound okay. You sound good.
To you. How about this? Is this better? Is that better? Is that better though?
I don't.
That's the same, right?
Yeah, tap your mic.
Oh, hold on. I muted my mic. Does that work?
Well, I still hear you.
I know you do. I just want to.
What, you just said you muted your mic.
I know. No, I unmuted my mic. Like that. How about if I just do this? If I just whisper in your ear like this?
That works.
So but in my recording is the question.
Are you back to using Audition, or are you still using?
Oh no, I'm still using, but I use a different mic at home this morning to record the podcast intro, and then I had to switch it just now. I don't know whether it does it. I don't know whether it does an active switch. So I'm going to pause this for a moment. You are going to insert a little bit of fun, like that kind of music in here, and then I'm going to be right back.
All right.
Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, I don't know. You'd think after 99 shows
you'd get your
My name is Patrick.
together.
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, Patrick.
Well, we're
as
back,
it turns
folks.
out, you still like to do work. You still like to put in the extra effort.
I do. Every now and then, I like to have to do something.
I know you miss him. I know you miss him.
I do. We had him in the last episode.
Oh, I know, right off the bat.
Yeah.
I think earlier.
Well, this one is still.
This is still early.
We're still not even 10 minutes in.
Wow, that's great.
Woohoo! You got senioritis.
I was just talking about that today. Just with Michelle.
Senioritis?
Like, yeah, about a whole bunch of stuff. It's weird.
Well,
It's a real thing. I don't know why.
Oh, absolutely, it is. Yeah,
but it's a real thing, and it needs to be slayed.
Slayed.
Yeah, senioritis is the enemy of the good. They used to say perfect is the enemy of the good.
Aristotle said that.
But yeah, I think it's senioritis is the enemy of good, because senioritis will. Somebody could have this illustrious career somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. Be like incredibly valued employee, indispensable even. And then they get to the final month, right? And they're leaving, whether it's for retirement or school or whatever. And if they develop senioritis, there's a chance that transitioning out phase will not. It won't be good for their colleagues. It won't be good for the organization.
Right.
It's like it won't be good for the cause, whatever that is, the product, whatever. And that's what people will remember. They won't remember like the 30 years that this person put in. That was awesome. What they're going to remember is the 30 days that guy just did nothing. That's what they're gonna remember: the unfinished projects, the passwords he didn't hand over, the crap that they found on his desktop, the rotten piece of fruit in his desk drawer, that's what they'll. And so you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to go through that phase. You got to resist it.
Well, if it's 30 years and you are retiring, I can see the guy not giving a rat's ass.
No, it's not about. I know, but it's not. But it's legacy, man. You know, it's like legacy. Legacy matters, and these people you're going to see them probably because, you know, people get invited back for things, don't they? I don't know. No, maybe not.
And I think that if you put in 30 years at that company, even if you are invited back, I'm sure you're going to go, thank you, but no. I am sick to death of that place.
Well, I would
I am
think that
not coming back under any circumstances.
If you put 30 years in, you must think fondly of it, right? Like,
I don't know that follows.
Oh. Okay.
It's, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't, but it doesn't necessarily mean you do either.
I mean that you, okay.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
But, yeah, so you have sent a couple of pins today.
Yeah, and these were both on my way to the Contemporary Resort in wonderful Walt Disney World. And the first one was actually it was a bumper sticker of sorts but it wasn't on the back. It was one of those where people put the bumper sticker in their window.
Right, yeah.
I feel like that's not fully committing to the bumper sticker when you do that.
No, it definitely isn't, because you are in mind of removing that bumper sticker when you do that. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, I'm going to put, or maybe it's so offensive that you're afraid someone will remove it from your car.
Oh, right,
or something.
Yeah.
There's always that.
I've never had anybody, of course I don't really put bumper stickers on my car. I never really have. I've never been a bumper sticker person.
One time in my life, I put a political bumper sticker on my car, and it's like because I was actually like campaigning for somebody.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But no, otherwise, I don't want to mess my car up. Sorry, but
when I was working for a radio station when I was in college, I had the radio station's bumper sticker on my car. But even then, I just cut the logo for the radio station off of the sticker and just put that on my car instead of the big old.
So no one would know what channel to tune into.
Well, no, it still had like the call letters on it and stuff. I didn't like the big old gaudy, like the standard size bumper sticker that's like what, a foot or foot and a half or something long, and then however tall it is, 4 inches, I guess. I just wanted the little logo, and that's all I wanted. I wanted it kind of understated. I want to just be like flying the colors of the station,
but I want it to be understated.
I don't want to be gaudy about it. But
it's still a bumper sticker.
Yeah, but it's
yeah.
It's a little more, I don't know, minimalist.
It's like a minimalist face tattoo.
It's just a dot somewhere.
So this one said, let's. It was like it said, I could clearly make out let's, and then there was space for another word of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Said let's something or blank for America.
So it literally had a blank?
I don't know. I couldn't get any closer. Without
could be like a modular bumper sticker, where like it came with a sheet of a bunch of words, and then like you made your own.
And maybe it didn't. The thing is, it didn't look like. I was like, well, maybe it was like a lighter color and it faded over time, but it wasn't. It wasn't like an old car or even an old bumper sticker.
And you could read the other words.
I could read all the other words. So this was clearly like if something was there, it was in a different font and one without enough contrast to be read by me. For whatever.
Maybe it came with a dry erase marker. And then you could like whatever you're feeling like today, you know.
That's what I'm thinking. But then I started thinking like, okay, well, what
eat eggs for America?
Like what things, right? Would we put in this space for America? Like it could be, and I'm thinking like, would it be like? And then I'm trying to think, are they like maybe it's for something that I don't like or for something I do like? And I'm assuming it's one word.
Yeah,
right?
That would make the most sense. Yeah,
because it's like now I'm playing Mad Libs, and for anybody out there who doesn't know what Mad Libs is, it's this.
Is that an is or an R?
Maybe we need to do that next week. But it's this thing where you have a story, usually like it's a silly story, and then there's words that are missing from the story, and you go around the room and you ask people to give you like an adjective or a noun.
Yeah,
or a verb
they have
or
little parts
things
of
like that.
speech written next to them so you know which kind of word you're looking for.
Right. And then so you fill all those in without anybody knowing what the story is. And then you read the story with those words in it. And it's funny.
It's
hilarity.
funny. It is.
Hilarity
It's really
ensues,
funny.
right? So I was thinking like, okay, well, let's treat this like a Mad Lib because like, let's blank for America.
It's got to be a verb, clearly.
But I'm like, first of all the bad words come to mind. Like all the words you can't say
the first
immediately.
Ones.
The king mother of words comes, right? Like that.
Absolutely.
I'm like, well, I mean...
I support that yeah.
And not just America.
I'm on that
like all the countries, but mostly America.
The planet, the world. This can bring us all together finally.
Let's blank for blank for all nations, but mostly America.
You got a minute and a half.
Not a problem. Not a problem. What is the when you say when in Name That Tune, when the person would say like they would say, I can name that tune in 3 seconds, and the other person would say, I can name that tune in 2 seconds, and then at some point the person said, name that tune. They were like, okay, I challenge you, go ahead. I feel like that I could win.
You win that one, huh?
I could win this one, man.
I can blank for America in 1.5 seconds.
Let's maybe fight. Fight would be a...
Well, see, I'm thinking of all the sort of cliche ones like that. Let's fight for America. Let's vote for America, perhaps.
Let's lunch for America.
Let's lunch for America. See, now that one. Now we're getting into more interesting bumper stickers, I think.
Silly words. Educate. Nah.
Yeah. And I feel like it's probably going to be monosyllabic because
dance.
It's got to kind of flow, and dance would work. Let's dance for America.
Dance
I can
for
get
America.
behind that. Let's dance for America. Whee!
Right. Bounce
for America.
Let's swim, walk.
Juggle.
Run. Could be run. Could be a running thing. Let's run for America. But it sounds like you're running for office or something.
Yeah, like you're running for the office of America. I'm running for America.
And then I was thinking
I want to
there
be
would
America
be like,
this year.
Then you know how they have those little dolls, those little figurines or something that you can buy that are they're like little caricatures of different professions. You'll see them like the builder, the doctor, right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I was thinking, like, what if this is actually, you could use this bumper sticker for a certain profession, but it would be like a play on words. Right? So, for example, if you were, say, I don't know, a urologist, you might say, let's cough for America. Or if you were, I don't know, a psychiatrist or your psychology, you could say, let's feel for America, or you could come up with all sorts of things. Let's bake for America.
Yeah.
Let's could you say cobbler? Could you? What's a cobbler do? They cobble? Let's cobble for America.
Yeah. It's cobble for America.
That's the perfect
Do we still have cobblers? Do we?
Yeah, they're just
aside from like
they're
Peach
robots.
And
they're robots.
Apple and stuff, but
I haven't had a good cobbler in a long time.
I haven't either, actually.
And we're talking about the pie.
Yeah.
Not the person.
Let's have cobblers for America. Take that as you will.
Let's,
but the I watch a YouTube channel called Craftsman, and it's an amazing channel with a wonderful person on it. But one of the things he'll do every now and then is that he's from like southern Mississippi, and he will every now and then put recipes that his wife cooks on his page, and he put up a dewberry cobbler recipe.
What?
Dewberry is kind of like, it's another word for blackberry, but it's sort of a country word for them, I think.
But it is blackberry then?
It is blackberry, yeah. Blackberry cobbler. And he says you can swap out peaches for the blackberries.
Yeah,
but he's got a lot of like blackberries close to his house, so he goes out and picks them all, and his wife makes a couple.
I don't mind peaches. I just don't. I just kind of prefer them as peaches.
Really, you don't like them in a cobbler, huh? I really dig a peach cobbler. If it's got cobbler, any and all. I can't say all fruit. No, I guess fruit pies really need a vanilla ice cream with them.
I don't need an ice cream with them. No.
See, I do.
I'll tell you the one.
Think that
as long as that.
It's not that I can't eat it without it, but.
Well, that sort of nice pastry crust on the top. That's got to have. You can bang. It has to be sturdy enough to like. You have to like kind of break it to get through it. I like that in the cobbler, but I like it when it has like kind of that little sugary glaze on, like crystallized kind of sugar. That's good stuff. As long as it has that sweetness. Yeah, as long as it has that sweetness on the top, I don't need the ice cream unless possibly rhubarb.
I've never been a rhubarb
extra
guy.
Sweetness.
My mom's side of the family is from the Midwest, and they're all about some rhubarb, and I'm just not. I don't.
It needs sweetening. Yeah, it needs sweetening for sure. It's bitter. It's real bitter. Or tart.
I think I like the ice cream not just because it lends a creaminess to it, but it's like I love the juxtaposition of the hot cobbler and the cold ice cream. I think that's really I don't know, pleasant. I like that.
Did you say pleasant or unpleasant?
Pleasant. No, it's really unpleasant. That's why I like it. I enjoy food that I don't enjoy. I am a food.
I'm sure that's a thing.
A food masochist.
I am so sure that that's a thing. I'm not even going to look it up
I'm
to
a
prove
masticating
myself
masochist.
correct.
Masticating means you're eating.
Masticating masochist. That's got to be a thing.
It is now, certainly.
Hold on. Masticating masochist.
We may have a show title for 99. I don't have to do Luft Balloon.
Not only is it a thing, I found a print.
A print?
Masticating Masochist art print by Rudy Oime.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's always stealing my stuff.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
He's painted things that I've said before.
Masochistic mastication, the cooking cop. Masochist art, masochist art, mastication shorts.
Don't Google masochist art.
Chronic.
Or turn the safe search on at least. I don't know.
10 signs you might be a masochist.
Seems like you only really need one.
I know. But this is weird. There really is this the Masticating Masochist art print, and you can buy it. It's $17.
Oh, that seems like or whatever his last name is underselling
Rudy
himself a little bit. Rudy, yeah.
Yeah, well, especially now. I can't zoom in. Why can't I?
Well, you may not want to.
I'm going to take a screenshot and zoom in. What am I looking at here? Oh, no, don't write on it, Jason. No, don't write on it. Oh, this is messed up.
Well,
you would love this kind of thing. This has got you written all over it.
Well, you just did that.
Oh my goodness, there's things. What is that? Wow.
I'd like to tell you guys listening to the audio-only podcast version of this that there's a visual element you're missing out on, but there's not. It's just Jason looking at his phone.
You totally have to add this.
Well, clearly.
I'm going to send you this. I'm sending the link now to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it in the
I
video.
can't even begin to describe this. I can't.
There's a lot going on. I just seeing like the thumbnail, and I can tell there's a lot going on there.
There's a lot of stuff happening. You know, is that an intestine?
Wow, very Alice in Wonderlandy.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
We'll check
but
it
in
out.
a disturbing way.
Well,
yeah,
the actual Alice in Wonderland is rather disturbing. So there you go. So let's masticate for America, and
sorry, I gotta stop reading these comments. Because somebody bought it and made a tapestry out of it.
Oh, that's nice.
Why? People, once you see this, you're gonna say, "Oh my!" Because right now you're thinking, "How bad could it be?" Well, take a look, folks, and it's safe for work. Don't worry about that.
Well, I get that we know of. I mean, just don't zoom in.
Those aren't intestines. Those are lips.
Okay.
They're lips. They're lips. They're giant lips. There was a lip at the top, a lip at the bottom. I know this because there's two eyes and a nose. You see at the top? There's two eyes. You're not looking at it, so you can't see it, but there's two eyes and a nose at the top. That's the giant mouth. And so all that other stuff that's happening is happening inside.
Very sort of Muppet-looking mouth and eyes. Yeah. So.
Yeah, or SpongeBob turned into a zombie or something. Yeah. Okay.
SpongeBob zombie pants.
So yes, I don't know. There was that bumper sticker, and that seemed interesting.
I like the idea of leaving that blank and letting the person decide what they want to do for America. And
I don't think that was their intention.
I guess encourage other people to do as well. Let's all do this thing for America, whatever it is.
I was also thinking about doing this, and I don't know that I haven't seen this on the road, so I may be the first.
No.
What about a bumper sticker that's just a QR code?
Okay.
And then that way you get to control from day to day, like what it goes to.
Okay.
Because it has to just be that, or maybe something like check this out, arrow QR code.
Mm-hmm. And then you can have that assigned to like a redirect page, and you can send that to wherever you want. Whatever you find interesting today.
Exactly.
You move it to that. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Mm-hmm. You could do the Masticating Masochist.
You could. I think that would be a lot of fun, actually, to say.
Yeah. Now, the problem is the guy behind you driving trying to scan the QR code is going to crash into somebody.
Right. Well, the irony
and then you can send it to like the hospital website.
I was going to say you can send it to a site about the importance of not texting while driving or something like that.
It just goes to a thing that goes, "What are you doing? Drive, fool!" What are you scanning bumper stickers for?
Right. How is that not happening? How are they not doing that already?
I don't know.
Right?
I think it's the crashing people thing.
I don't think so. People put phone numbers on the back of cars. They put them on.
Yeah, but you can like try to remember the phone number. And a phone number is a bad idea to put on the back of a car. I mean, just from a marketing perspective, yeah, because nobody's going to remember that. It's like you don't put them on. You shouldn't be putting them on billboards unless they spell something out that's easy to remember. Because nobody's going to remember, 407-385-2257 or whatever.
I will.
Clearly,
now.
I did, but I mean,
right.
they won't.
Don't call that number, by the way. I don't know where it goes.
I don't even know.
And
if
I
it
apologize in advance to whoever it's called now.
867-5301. But 309. Anyway, what was I going to say? But yeah, having it go to something like "Knock It Off" or whatever kind of reminds me of, is it Kentucky Fried Movie or Hollywood Show?
Well, like George Lucas.
One of the
right?
No, that was the Zucker brothers.
Kentucky Fried? No, I thought Kentucky Fried Movie was
American
Lucas.
Graffiti is Lucas.
No, before that. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
No, before that. Didn't he do? Hold on.
I don't think Lucas did Kentucky Fried Movie.
No, he did American Graffiti, but there was something he did before that. There was something he did before.
THX 1138. And he did weird student movies at USC.
Maybe it was one of the student movies I'm thinking of.
Could be. But the point being, there's a skit and I don't even know if it's Kentucky Fried Movie because this kind of predates VCRs, and this is a skit about a VCR, but it's in one of those kind of anthology kind of skit-based movies, and it's this guy that opens up a box and it has a videotape that says how to use your VCR, and he puts it in the VCR, and it's just a guy that comes on and goes, "Good job."
Oh yeah, that'd be good. That's great.
I loved it. It's fantastic. It's like a 10-second skit, and it's perfect.
That's fantastic.
And kids, for those of you listening, VCR is a video cassette recorder, and that's the way we used to watch things on demand back in the day.
Yeah, you can look it up
on strips of magnetic tape that we drug over a piece
I'm just
of
waiting
metal.
for that to, LPs have come back into vogue. Like people are like,
yeah, magnetic tape is not going to come back.
You don't think it's ever going to come back? Are you
sure?
It might.
It is an awful medium when you have other things available to you.
It may.
Yeah, well, I mean, keep plugging away and make sure you have high-speed dubbing.
And then the tape would get like twisted. You ever had
heck yeah.
And you pull it out and the tape's like stuck in there. You're like, no.
And you're like, yeah.
And you got to untangle that.
Yeah.
No. You could then use your finger to like.
Sometimes it got wrapped around something that
use your finger. I'm making noise. If you understand video cassette, then you understand that this is not an offensive thing.
Is it an offensive thing in any other way?
I don't know. I'm saying use your finger and I'm twirling it in the air. Like, it can't seem.
I mean, there may be some culture out there where you're doing something extremely offensive, but I think we're good. I think we're okay.
All the time, I'm doing something like that.
No, that's true. Me too. Yeah. But like also that we had dedicated machines just to rewind tapes. That became such a problem that there were rewinders, and I never trusted them. I always thought, and it happened once or twice where it rewound, and they rewound fast,
snapped,
and then pop, thing came off of there, and then that's it.
Because they needed to slow down. They needed to like come to,
well, like VCRs had that sensor that could tell when the spool was getting full, and then it would slow down if it was sensed it was getting close to the end of the tape. But yeah, those things were just. You do the thing and then you stop as soon as there's any kind of resistance, and then some of them get wiped out. Did you ever try to repair a tape like that, like disassemble a VCR tape, a VHS tape?
And I feel like I must have,
because
not cutting it, and it was never like
like splicing or something. No, I mean that doesn't really work. I don't think anyway, But like just to take apart the tape and then try to maybe like tape the tape, like using
to the
piece of tape back to the other spool so that it might be able to.
No, I never did.
The thing is that if you ever find a tape that you don't care about, a VHS tape that let's say you can't play anymore because nobody has any VCRs, take it apart. You will be shocked at how much junk is in that tape that like as soon as you open it up, twang, like 3 springs go shooting across the room, and there's all this there's like pieces of metal and stuff in there. It's like opening a watch. It's like blang, and there's no getting it back. You cannot put one of those things back together. The stuff that's going on in a VHS tape. Wow. I don't know how it got together in the first place. I don't know what held those things in spot while it was screwing the casing together on there. I have no idea how,
it's a booby trap.
That works. Basically, it is. It's kind of like the piece of tape that says like if removed, void warranty or whatever. It's kind of like that. They know that they punish you for trying to open one of those suckers because it's nuts. And like I could never figure out. And I'm sure it's all of that junk goes into this, but like with a cassette, like an audio cassette tape. you pull it out, and then you gotta take the pencil and twirl the thing back together so you tighten up. Yeah, I did. I was like, I don't know what word I was chambering there for a second, but it was not pencil, and I had to. Whoops.
Penicillin? No.
Yeah, that wasn't it. Or no, pencil. Yeah, pencil. No. That's the other word of that. Pencil. But pencil. But
that's good.
What voice that was? But yeah. But trying to like advance a videotape using your hand or whatever on it was locked in place. You can't move them. You can't move them. Whatever you do when you put it into the VCR, it'll stick something, I guess, into the tape somewhere and disengage the lock on those spools, and then allow them to move freely. But like you pull it out, and those suckers are locked in place, and you can't move them. It's weird. I don't know why they were so complicated. Yeah, because I mean, in theory, in principle, you'd think it'd be the same as an audio cassette. I mean, the head is bigger, and there's more like information there. So the tape is wider. But in the end, you're taking the tape and you're pressing it up against the freaking read-write head, and then you're dragging it across there and letting it read. So why is it weirder than a freaking audio cassette? I just don't know. These were things that really baffled me in 1992.
Oh. You waited until 92 to open one of these up?
Oh no! Wow. I just kind of accepted it before then. I was beginning to question authority in 1992, I guess. I went to a Catholic high school. I was a bit late bloomer when it came to that.
You're right, exactly. At some risk, I would like to talk about something different, but of a similar era, actually,
of the 90s. Oh yes, well, yes. And
this happened moments after the bumper sticker thing. This song came on my playlist, and I haven't heard this in forever. This is to your point of how and this wasn't a Spotify playlist. It was actually my Apple playlist, but still, I hadn't heard this song in forever. And it's "Rhythm of the Night" by DeBarge.
And people would call him El DeBarge. And is that right? Because I only remember DeBarge.
No idea.
I think that's a Mandela effect thing.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's
Jabbar.
Jabbar. That's different. Djibouti.
That would be pretty awesome to get Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to sing DeBarge songs and just to have it.
I do see references to El DeBarge. Maybe El was his first name.
El? Is it an L or is it EL?
EL.
El DeBarge.
DeBarge.
The of Barge. That doesn't make sense.
So a few things here. Number one, it's a fantastic song. So if anyone's listening and you don't know DeBarge "Rhythm of the Night," if you don't think you do know, it will
make you happy. It's a very happy song.
So I thought, I'm listening, and I'm thinking, you can't be in a bad mood when you're listening to this song.
You cannot, no.
And then I thought, wow, I think there were a lot of songs like this song during this period of time. And I don't know when it was, actually was out. What year was that? Do you know? You know what that was?
I don't.
Was that 80... Oh man, 85. It was released in 85.
That's a little earlier than I was expecting. But
when were songs like "Dancing on the Ceiling"? Lionel Richie.
Time, yeah.
Wasn't it right? Gloria Stefan. When was the Conga, which is part of the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction now? When was that out?
And the old Tiki Room. Yeah, that seems like that was earlier. Maybe
was it significantly earlier, or was it?
I don't know. I am so bad at knowing what year things happened in. I tell you, another one is "Break My Stride." That's another one that's kind of heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing gonna break my stride.
Nothing
gonna hold me down. Oh no, got to keep on moving.
I always thought it was a different thing. But you know what I think of when I hear that song? Immediately?
What?
Laser tag.
Oh, wow. I can see that.
Yeah. So Gloria Stefan conga was 85.
85, yeah. Yeah, okay.
What was that one?
So mid-80s.
Ain't nothing gonna break
my stride, I think is the name of it. Matthew Sweet? No. Who seems like a Matthew saying that.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Matthew Wilder.
Wilder, thank you, yes.
And that was 83, actually. So that was before conga and Rhythm of the Night and
but you had a little period of time there, about 3-4 years, that all these super happy songs came out.
Feel good, dance, fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think this is probably even when Billy Joel did Uptown Girl.
Could be. And then also, we did Dance on the Ceiling. How about Dancing in the Street? When was that?
Dance in the Street. Huh. I'm looking it. Hold on.
And if I may, Neutron Dance.
No, this is the early. No, not. Maybe it wasn't Dancing in the Street. Because Dancing in the Street is a song by Martha and the Vandellas from 1965.
But there was it seems like there was a remake or somebody did a cover or something like that in the 80s.
Yeah, but like but also there was that whole breakdance phase in this period of time.
True.
We talked about that, right? The breakdance thing.
I think we've
the radio show.
About I don't know, radio show.
Okay, so somewhere in this period of time when I was like the rest of the world, really interested in breakdancing.
Absolutely.
But look at me.
Could not do a thing.
I could do the moonwalk.
Yeah,
I can do the right kind of. That's it.
Right. Yeah, with the right kind of shoes too. Not too much traction because then you're screwed.
Right. Or socks is fine.
Now socks on linoleum. I moonwalk the hell out of that.
And then you zap people, touch them and zap.
Ozone.
There's on the radio. I don't know, probably B104.
B104.
They were talking about some breakdance event that was going to be happening.
An event.
I don't know, like downtown Baltimore, somewhere. I forget where it was, whatever. And let's talk about it Saturday at like 10 o'clock, I don't know, whatever it was. And at the end of it, he said, like, for more information, call us at, 555 B104, whatever it was. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they go on to the music. Well, I pick up the phone.
Oh, right.
And have I told you this? And I call them.
You have. Now I remember this,
right?
yes.
I call them, and they just say, that's it. It's like this event's at this place at this time. Like it was right. But I can't remember what the movie. There were two movies. There was Break.
There's Breakin'
and Breakdance, right?
Well, there was Beat Street.
Oh, Beat Street.
Yeah. And I think there was one called like Breakdancing or something like that.
Both of those movies had a popular song accompanying them, didn't they?
Oh, now you got me.
Was it one of these?
I don't know. I know that Herbie Hancock's Rocket was very prominent among breakdancers because it was very mechanical and sort of electronic sounding. Even though Herbie Hancock is an amazing like sort of jazz guy. Let's see. Songs.
Oh wait. There's Breakin'. So I found the Breakin' soundtrack. Breakin', There's No Stopping Us. Is that the one that said there's no stopping us? There's no stopping. Is that one?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not recognizing any of these. There's Ain't Nobody by Shaka Khan.
Oh, is that it? Ain't nobody. Is that song?
Again, I
make me happy.
No idea.
You don't know that song?
Well, I don't know that this is that song, is my point.
All right, hold on. This is going to happen. Hey, Siri, play Breakin', There's No Stopping Us.
Here's Breakin', There's No Stopping Us by Ollie.
I'm trying to turn it up.
Okay.
So far, not ringing any bells here.
No, it is me.
Does it get better? Huh.
Well, it's. I remember that sort of electronic-y sounding.
Oh, it is this song. There's no stop. There's no stopping us. There's no stop.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what this is.
Okay.
Right?
I remember that.
I just can't kind of confirm.
So.
Yeah. That's this song. Yeah, that's this song.
Well, cool. I looked up the Beat Street soundtrack, 1984, and I don't see anything that is familiar on this. The Beat Street Breakdown by Melly Mel, and it looks like Grandmaster. Is that Grandmaster Flash, or is that somebody else like Grandmaster Jeff? I don't know. It stops at Grandmaster and then has a ...
So this is, you said this is Beat Street?
Yeah.
And what year was that? Was
84.
that 84 also? It was. Yeah. They were both 84. Yeah.
Yeah, because it did that thing.
Just like Top Gun, Iron Eagle. We talk like that's.
Yeah, and all the natural disaster movies that come out in like a 3-pack.
It's like jewelry stores across from each other, auto dealerships across from each other,
RV dealerships are everywhere. But we got a lot of weird, like, clearly done for this movie, like Breaker's Revenge by Arthur Baker.
Maybe you're seeing the theatrical soundtrack or something.
It's the score. It's the Hans Zimmer score for Beat Street.
Dude, first of all, he's the national treasure. And
he is a national treasure.
He also has done a lot of things that you're like, really?
Right, yeah. His early career is very like if you look at John Williams' early career, you'll find some very interesting, bizarre movies that he did the score for in like the 50s. Like weird beatnik movies and stuff.
They're probably great.
One of them was actually on Mystery Science Theater 3000. They were like, whoa, John Williams. But yeah, Battle Cry by Rocker's Revenge, Baptize the Beat, however one would try to do that, by breakdance music giant The System.
Carefully.
Son of Beat Street by Jazzy J. And Wappin', parentheses, Bubblehead, by Ralph Roll, or perhaps Rolly.
What's Into the Night?
R-O-L-L-E.
I feel like Into the Night is something.
It doesn't have a little
we're going to listen to this
thing. La La. Sounds like something you could breakdance to. Yeah.
I like this. This is like
Weirdly
Earth, Wind, and
familiar.
Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire meets if Earth, Wind, and Fire got together with Frank Stallone, and we're making the score for the next Rocky movie. This is what it would sound like.
Earth, Wind, and Frank Stallone. The super group. The Traveling Wilburys of 1984.
You know I'm right. Streets of Philadelphia. I can hear it now. And
Beat Streets of Philadelphia.
Breaking the streets of Philadelphia.
I must break in you.
I just watched Rocky IV the other day. Michelle put it on. I don't know what I was doing. What was I doing? I was doing some work, but it was kind of like past. It was like I was having to do stuff. It was like answering emails and stuff, and so she just put something on. Oh, it was on Father's Day. I think she was feeling like. Yes, I was working on Father's Day, and
needing some testosterone or something.
I think she was thinking like, oh, she just wanted something on TV, but she realized like, oh, it's Father's Day, so I probably should put Rocky on.
That follows. I can follow that.
And it was Rocky IV, which is great. Rocky.
Yeah.
Really, all
four Rockies are very good. Yeah.
And then Cliff. Yeah. But I learned interesting things like well, not learn. I remembered. Did you know that the scenes where he's training in Russia?
Yeah.
Also, at that point, the USSR.
Mm-hmm. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics.
Exactly. It was actually filmed in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and those are the Grand
Pretty much
Tetons
the
you see in the
same
back.
as Russia. Yeah.
But not at all. Yeah. So yeah, and
I want to know where Drago was training. That was a cool looking place. I would like to.
I'm sure
there.
that's some. You could probably, you could find that out.
Yeah, but
some big gym.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably
it's
so.
like we just
right.
run around the room and. Anyway,
but they had all kinds of technology and stuff in there. That was cool.
They did. They were showing like, he's like using technology, and Rocky's pulling
old
sleds.
school. He's lifting like completely inferior training regimen. He's just kind of throwing rocks. And, I mean, there's no way that Drago doesn't win that fight handily. I'm sorry. Because the kind of thing that let Rocky win that fight is not something you can train for. He wins because he can take a massive beating, which is the whole reason he goes the full distance with Apollo in the first movie. And
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right.
And so, you might as well put the cart down.
Have the heart to stay in it. Yeah, well, it made for good. We got two really good montages out of that movie.
Seems like there were more than two, but yeah.
Well, no, there were definitely more than two. Two training montages. Oh,
I see. Yeah. Because I think Rocky IV is like a good 40% montage.
Because you don't get a montage. You don't get a training montage with Apollo, right? I mean, that's the whole point. He doesn't really train.
Yeah, I don't think that you see him train much.
He does he does like the celebrity training thing, right? In the beginning. Right. I feel like, or maybe I'm mixing that up with Rocky 3.
Well, anyway. Rocky 3, Rocky's doing that.
Yeah.
He fights Thunder Lips, played brilliantly by Hulk Hogan.
Fantastic. It was basically it's just him. Like that's who Hulk Hogan is. He is Thunder Lips.
Oh yeah.
He was Thunder Lips in Thunder. What was the show? The show that they filmed at Grand Floridian. The Thunder Bay, Thunder,
or was it something Thunder? I can't remember if it's Thunder something or something Thunder. I can't remember if it's an adjective or a verb or a noun.
Yeah.
Thunder,
something like that.
But
that's fun to watch. That's who he is. Anyway, you get the there's no easy way out, which is Frank Stallone. And it's his little driving montage.
Yeah,
he's driving around after
the Dark Knight
Apollo
of the
dies.
Soul montage. Yeah.
Yes, and that's Frank Stallone. And did you know that Frank Stallone also was the primary contributor to Staying Alive, the movie? Not Saturday Night Fever.
Not Saturday Night Fever. The very bizarre sequel.
Staying Alive, which was, I think, directed, if not produced, also by Sylvester Stallone.
I don't guess I knew that those two had a lot to do with Staying Alive. Mm-hmm. It makes sense now that I know.
And I think that was actually an early Bob Iger
movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. I think that was when he was like in the studio. Yes. Anyway, not here to talk about that.
Movie, if I remember correctly.
I could be completely wrong on all these points at this stage, but I think I'm right.
And
look it up. While you're looking it up, look up
the first movie of John Malkovich. It's making stuff up now.
Being John Malkovich?
No.
Oh.
No, the actual
that was a good movie,
John
though.
Malkovich. That was a neat movie.
Yeah.
I still enjoy that movie. It's bizarre, but that's what I like about it. John Cusack and...
I'm trying to go back.
Cameron Diaz, I believe. Is it Cameron Diaz?
Being John Malkovich?
Yeah. It's John Cusack and...
Oh, no. Not Joan Cusack.
No. Somebody conventionally, beautiful, but did the crazy...
I wasn't in the movie. Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
All right.
Oh, who did you say first?
Cameron Diaz, I thought.
Yeah, it was Cameron Diaz.
Okay. Yeah.
You're right. Good job.
Thank you.
You get a fish.
And what's his name? John Malkovich was in that too.
Imagine that.
As himself and many other people that were him.
So you have to go. For those of you who don't know Rhythm of the Night, you need to look it up.
Definitely do. That's a great
because it's
great
a
song.
great song. And then I was looking at the words and I thought, this isn't just a good tune. It's a good message too.
Yes, feel the
like
beat.
when it feels like the whole world is on your shoulders and all the madness has got you going crazy.
Yeah,
it's time to get out. Step out into the street.
Mm-hmm.
That's where all the action is, right there at your feet. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Make sure that there's no traffic, but yeah.
You shouldn't. You should actually. Yeah, make sure.
There's still action technically at your feet because a lot of action involved in stepping into traffic. But
to the beat of the Rhythm of the Night, forget about the worries on your mind.
Dance until the morning light.
You can leave them behind. To the beat of the Rhythm of the Night. Oh, it's great.
It's absolutely a wonderful song.
Yeah, let's get out there.
Too bad that DeBarge kid didn't go further.
Was that pretty much it?
I believe it is, yeah, more or less. It seems like there was one other one, maybe a slower sort of love song type thing, but I don't remember that DeBarge.
It's sad, isn't it?
And that's one of those kind of fun things when you have a band like this, because I'm guessing is the person Mark DeBarge, James DeBarge, L. DeBarge, Bunny DeBarge, and Randy DeBarge. Okay, they were all DeBarges. Now that I did not know. I thought it was one guy.
They're all large boats.
They are.
From Chicago.
And Steam DeBarge.
The Bears. DeBarges.
DeBarge. And they were known as the DeBarges and the DeBarge family at one point. So that's why DeBarge and El DeBarge seem like two different things. But the point is, they were a massive family band, which is still blowing me away. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different DeBarges were part of DeBarge at one time or another.
Oh, Tommy DeBarge died when he was 21.
Yeah, that is a shame. And he's not listed here. So that would be 8. So these are only people who were active up until, I guess, that fateful day in 1989. Because everybody was involved up until 1989. They have, strangely enough, 5 albums. There's a whole article for the DeBarge discography.
Dude, this is amazing. How have the DeBarges not played Epcot?
I don't know. And I'm looking at, so we have our so if we say, I feel like the DeBarge entered into our collective consciousness with Rhythm of the Night. So if we look at that same year, there are apparently 3 other songs that charted in the United States that year. Rhythm of the Night reached number 1. A song called Who's Holding Donna Now?
Come on.
Got to number 2 on the R&B charts, 6 on the U.S. charts in general.
No.
And I have no memory of that song whatsoever.
Hold on. You're about to get one. Because okay, hold on a second.
Who's holding Donna now?
Who's holding Donna now? God, the search results I'm going to get moving forward after this one. Yeah, DeBarge, same album.
Yeah.
I Play For You Now. Who's holding Donna now? Going out to you, lovers. In search of Donna, aren't we all?
Tonight we have a request from Braden.
Oh, I know this song. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I guess I just didn't know that was called Who's Holding Donna Now.
What's the chorus?
I'm assuming it has something to do with
We're going to keep
Donna.
talking through this because we don't want to get any kind of weird
thing,
YouTube thing or whatever, but we're going to just keep talking through this until we get to the main.
Well, I'm certainly going to dispute it because DeBarge needs to be thanking me for putting this up on.
They get a notice by Owl. Oh yeah, this is the tune.
Okay, yeah.
I had no idea those were the words.
Yeah, me neither. I had no idea that it was about Donna. I don't know that I ever even thought about the words at all. I was just kind of like, this is that song.
I never thought it was Donna.
No, me neither.
Okay, so what else? What else is on that? I'm looking at the album. I'm looking at the album.
You
now.
Wear It Well reached number 7 on the R&B chart, but 46 on the main chart on the top 40. And The Heart Is Not So Smart.
A good
didn't
rhyme.
really do much, although it apparently hit number 17 in the U.S. Adult Contemporary chart. Which,
what does that mean? Oh, I like
who's holding Donna now.
They could play this. They could play this at a Caribbean beach resort.
Hit number 1 on the
Couldn't
AC.
They?
But
this is like Caribbean beach resort music.
there was a kind of a Caribbean feel to Rhythm of the Night too, a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, 2 years before, in 1983, Time Will Reveal was number 1 on the R&B chart, 18 on the top 40, and 12 on the adult contemporary chart.
That's not on this album, though.
But no, that was 2 albums before. That would be on In a Special Way, apparently.
Oh, there's the DeBarge, the Ultimate Collection.
See, that's the kind of thing that it's like when a band like this plays Epcot, or when there is the collected DeBarge, what is going to be on there? What are they going to be playing?
Well,
you play the one song.
First of all, Time Will Reveal is going to be on there. A Dream is going to be on there.
Well, that's kind of funky.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that. Using all the good keys. All the good notes here.
Those little black ones in between the white ones. Those are good keys.
And then there's Dance All Night.
Yeah, from 87.
God, look
Apparently,
at that.
it hit number 55 in the Netherlands.
Why?
I don't know. It was 33 on the R&B chart, 55 in the Netherlands. The only Rhythm of the Night was all everywhere, all over the world. Number 1 Canadian adult contemporary, number 3 Canadian top 40, 4 in the Netherlands, 3 in New Zealand, 4 in the UK, 19 in Germany. They weren't as into the Rhythm of the Night in Deutschland.
East or West Germany?
Well, that's a good question. I'm assuming West, but I think the DDR was not dancing to the Rhythm of the Night back then.
To the beat of the rhythm of the wall.
Will you show your papers, please?
We try to forget that it's so tall.
And get down on your knees. But Eastern Bloc R&B, folks.
Oh yeah.
You'll only find it here.
Yeah. Except it doesn't stand for rhythm and blues.
No.
It would be rubles and Baryshnikovs.
Reich and...
No, they were gone. Nazis were gone by then.
Oh, yeah, keep telling yourself that. But...
I have the finale of Man in the High Castle to watch. That's I'm down. I actually saved it last night. Michelle and I were
I need to know what your thoughts are when you get done.
Okay, we got to stop right here. Stop. We have tomorrow. We'll wait tomorrow night. We'll watch the finale. That'll be it.
It's
okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it.
It's
one episode, baby.
It's an interesting one.
This time tomorrow, I'll be able to talk about it.
Awesome. I need to know.
Yeah.
You know what you think.
It's
interesting.
It's been fun actually. I'm glad I hung in there.
It's the first season is definitely better than the second, but
yes, but the first season you barely have to get through the hump. There's a section of the first season where I was ready to get. I felt like I was I don't know.
Yeah.
Really, we got to go here now. I don't know. And then second season happens. And it feels like they're just recycling. We're just chasing our tail a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But it is moving the character. It's in its totality. It was now that I know where they were going, there was a really good character development strategy with all of that, right? I felt like that was really good. And then season 3 happens, and you're kind of like, really? And then
I guess I forgot that there were 3. How many seasons
there
are
were
there?
4.
There's 4 seasons. Okay. I guess I'm thinking the first half and the second half.
Third season's transitional, really.
Yeah.
And fourth season, you're like, this is basically... Now, fourth season is essentially, I feel like it's a like Return to Gilligan's Island kind of thing.
Yeah,
like now,
and there's a lot more of the sort of... It's almost like Stargate. Like it's a weird science fiction movie now at that point. I mean, it's all science fiction up to this point anyway, but it's like
you didn't
a lot more conventional because now we're talking about things that are in other science fiction stories and not this, and it's weird. Yeah, I think this is a as we see so many times, it was a show that didn't have itself planned out.
But isn't it based on a book? It didn't know where it was
going. Yeah,
I thought it was based on a book. So what happens in the book?
I really don't know. And if it's this, I would be surprised.
Was it one of those? I was thinking, well, maybe it was one of those
book.
Things with maybe it was one of those Game of Thrones situations where the guy writing the books just got outpaced by the show, and
it could be.
And they just had to make something up.
Yeah, it could be, and
maybe they brought in your buddy J.J. Abrams or something, and
or Benioff and Weiss from frickin' Game of Thrones.
Can't start anything. I mean, he can't stop anything. He doesn't know how to end anything. And Abrams has said as much. He's like, I'm terrible at he
literally
winding something down.
I guess we should have had a plan for the new trilogy. Yeah, JJ, I think you maybe should have.
It's not his fault, though. I mean, somebody just went to him and said, hey, I need you to write the first movie. At that point, it's kind of squarely on your shoulders to set the...
And he should have. You'd think he would have written a movie that wasn't already written as Episode 4, A New Hope.
A later hope. But yet
another hope.
Yet more. Just when you thought you couldn't get enough hope.
Here we go hoping again.
Turns out it floats.
Okay, this is the third Death Star, and it's huge. It's got trees on it and stuff.
Is that stubble? No, they're full-blown evergreens.
Man, it's so big. It's got glaciers and stuff, and you can walk around on it.
But it's hot. No, but Man in the High Castle.
Even the movie makes fun of the fact that they're doing this crap again. Han Solo says, "Is there a weakness? These things always have a weakness." It's like, that doesn't make it okay. Just because you're calling it out doesn't make it cool and fine and we'll let you slide. We're still blowing up Death Stars. That's all we do. After a certain point in the Star Wars canon, it's nothing but Death Stars.
They got good at it, though.
It's Death Stars all the way down.
They got really good at it.
They did.
I mean,
Suddenly there's a whole bunch of Star Destroyers and they're all Death Star. So anyway, let's not
Man in the High Castle was a novel from 1962 by Philip K. Dick.
Yes, of course it was Dick. Yes, that makes sense.
You're serious about that?
Oh, absolutely. Philip K. Dick also did Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which got turned into Blade Runner. And,
really?
And We Will Remember It For You Wholesale, which got turned into Total Recall. So yeah, he's all about mind craziness type stuff and alternate things and whatnot.
But then it says,
excellent author.
Depicts the political intrigues between Imperial Japan and Nazi Germany as they rule the partition the United States. The Grasshopper Lies Heavy is a novel within the novel.
It's a novel.
Which is an alternative history of the war in which the Allies defeat the Axis.
Yeah, so it's not a movie from an alternate universe. It's just this guy, I guess. Yeah, I seem to remember reading about that. back when I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on in this stinking show. And it's basically the Man in the High Castle in the universe of the Man in the High Castle.
That's so weird. All right, I'm not going to read any synopsises until
alternate universes play a role in that book. I don't know that they do. I think it's just an alternative history.
And that's what I was.
Or does it?
After a number of attempts to adapt the book to screen, in 2014, Amazon's film production unit began filming the pilot episode of Man in the High Castle. Mm-hmm. And then it was Amazon's most watched pilot ever, at least at that time.
I remember it being marketed very heavily.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is, and apparently there's supposed to be a sequel, and I'm going to wait to read this until I actually see the finale because I don't want to spoil anything. But but now I'm kind of hoping that it's different because now I want to read the book.
Yeah, I've been meaning to read the book for a while now. Now that you've reminded me, it's a Philip K. Dick novel. I remember wanting to put that on my list to read. But,
and everyone should read books by Phil Dick.
They should. They absolutely should. Unironically, as hilarious as his name may be.
His best name. But Blade Runner?
Yeah. And let me see if...
Total Recall is a great movie. Can't imagine as a book. Blade Runner, I can imagine... I've never read Blade Runner either. So, but Blade Runner as a book, I can imagine would be amazing. Total Recall... I'm having trouble thinking that would be
A Scanner Darkly, which was turned into an interesting movie with Keanu Reeves in it. Minority Report.
The Matrix?
No, it's actually called A Scanner Darkly, and it's completely rotoscoped animated. It's very weird. Very bizarre. Okay. He also did Minority Report.
Oh, that's one of my favorite movies.
There you
go. I love Minority Report. I love that. If you're listening and you haven't seen Minority Report, you need to go out and do that immediately because it's really good, especially if you like Tom Cruise. You should do that. It's very good.
And I'm trying to see if there's maybe some short stories that also got turned into movies.
Just when you thought we had learned all the things from the internet, we're still looking. We're still learning.
Still checking them out.
There's always things to learn. As it turns out.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff here.
On the internet?
Yes. I'm seeing at least 3-4 good pages of information. Yeah, let's see. Screamers was based on a short story. I don't remember that movie. Minority Report, Imposter, Paycheck, directed by John Woo. It was a short story of the same name. Scanner Darkly, Radio Free, Albermuth. Remember that one?
You just make it work.
The Adjustment Bureau. I remember that. Short story Adjustment Team.
He wrote all this?
Mm-hmm.
Prolific.
And then Total Recall Remake in 2012. And, of course, Blade Runner 2049. Yeah, so a lot of stuff. And, a lot of things are, heavily influenced by Philip K. Dick, like Terminator. He has a short story called Second Variety that apparently has a lot of stuff that the Terminator pulled from. Oh, all kinds of stuff. This dude is
still alive? Probably not.
Let me go back.
Nope, he died in 82.
Yeah, that's a shame.
He was born in 28, died in 82. He was young. Wow.
Yeah.
53. Good Lord, man. You got 2 months. Complete silence.
Now we're both reading the internet.
It's 53. Yeah, he was young. How did he die?
I'm sure he got sucked into a wormhole or something. An alternate version of himself showed up and killed him or something. This guy doesn't get a regular death.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, he actually, February 1982, after completing an interview, Dick contacted his therapist complaining of failing eyesight and was advised to go to a hospital immediately. But he didn't.
Yeah.
Well, why would you call your therapist? I feel like that.
Well, it is very sad about the eyesight thing, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. So the following day, he was found unconscious on the floor of his Santa Ana, California home, having suffered a stroke.
Oh.
Then he suffered another stroke in the hospital, which led to brain death, and then,
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so that's sad.
Very brilliant brain, but it ended up blowing up and killing him.
Wow.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, folks, don't mess with that.
Don't mess with your brain, man. No good.
53. And he was married like 5 times.
Well, that also kind of doesn't surprise me.
He married Jeanette in 48, and they divorced in 48. He married...
That's a story.
He married Cleo.
She showed up in some stories, too, I guarantee that.
Oh, yeah. He married
More
Cleo.
than one character was based on her.
Apparently was a good Greek gal, Cleo Apostolides, in 1950 and divorced in 59. He married Anne Williams Rubenstein in 1959, and they divorced in 65.
Wow.
Nancy Hackett in 66, and that lasted until 72.
Oh.
And then Leslie Tessa, in quotes, Busby, good mafia character there. Married in 73, divorced in 77. And then he stopped after that.
And then he knocked it off. It's like, obviously, this isn't my thing.
Right. At some point, you got to say, maybe it's not everybody else.
Maybe it's me, yeah.
Maybe, quite possibly.
Let's see. The common factor in all of these relationships. Mm-hmm. It's me, isn't it?
It's a problem. Oh, yeah, he's got drug abuse and mystical experiences and all sorts of... Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
well, I mean...
It definitely opened a
butt ton of, like, crazy, awesome science fiction books does come with a price.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So I need to go back and read. I think I might read that movie. I might read
read the movie.
Shut up. I'll read the screenplay. That's what I'm. You know what? I'm gonna start reading nothing but screenplays moving forward. Because that's not annoying at all.
We've been watching The Offer, which is a.
Oh yeah, I've been wondering about that. Is it good?
About the making of The Godfather, and it's been really good. Is it good? Certainly, liberties are taken, of course, but
sure.
But the whole like how it got made, like the mafia aspect of it is
that Scorsese or Coppola?
Coppola. Okay. And Dan Fogler plays Coppola, and he nails it. I mean, he is so good. Everybody is cast really well. I don't even know the name of the guy playing Robert Evans, but he's doing a kick-ass job too.
I'll have to check it out. Maybe that'll be the next
really
thing.
Good. Really, really good.
It's on what?
Paramount Plus.
Okay. Gosh.
Because of course it is.
I know I subscribed to it because I just saw that come through on my email, like the billing. I think I do it through Apple. Poor Henry. He comes to me multiple times a week. Typically, when I'm just not this is not the time, Henry. Like 11 o'clock, I'm getting ready to go to bed, Henry. This is not the time, Henry. No, Henry. And he'll say that, Dad, he's trying to log into something. It's like HBO, or so he's trying to log into HBO, whatever HBO is. HBO Go, HBO Max, HBO, whatever. Anyway.
I don't know why they didn't go with HBO Plus. That's what everybody else is doing.
The problem is, because they did it first, the problem is that I think I subscribe to it now through Apple. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of baked into the Apple TV. So if I'm accessing it on my device or Apple TV, then it just works.
Right. Yeah.
He's trying to do it on his computer.
Okay.
And I told him, just use Apple. He has an Apple TV in his room. It's not hooked up to his TV anymore. I'm like, dude, just plug it in. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. And so I'm like, so it's going to be an ordeal, Mark. It's going to, Marcus, it's going to be an ordeal.
And he does it at 11.
Right. I just know, and it's going to be frustrating, and I'm going to be angry because I can't get it to work the way it's just supposed to work, and I have to figure. And so, so I feel bad, but I think I'm wondering how I'm going to go through the same thing with Paramount, but maybe not, because if it's on the Apple TV, I should be okay.
Yeah.
I was foreseeing my anger at the whole login situation happening.
It's almost become a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point.
Yeah, I'll record it.
While you're on Paramount Plus, check out the new Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
You love that?
It's a good show. It's a good show. I did not like Picard. I do not mind telling you.
Is Picard over?
Terrible. Yes. I mean, there's going to be a season 3, but it's over.
For you, it's over.
It's so over. It was the worst written thing I've ever seen, and I absolutely adore Patrick Stewart. I would give so much money just to do a scene with that guy. And this was awful. This was terrible. Absolutely ridiculous. And
so I should watch season 2.
Yes, you should.
Oh. Just for comedy, really?
Just because I want you to experience it. You know, I bought... Okay, have I told you what the worst movie ever made is? This isn't my opinion. This is fact. I can prove it on an Etch-a-Sketch. Battlefield Earth is the worst movie that has ever been made by humans.
I don't think I ever watched it.
Good. But I owned a copy of it because when somebody would say that exact thing, I don't think I've ever seen that. I would say, "Come here, we're gonna watch it."
No, you wouldn't.
I was like the weird anti-evangelist.
What is that? Why would you do that?
Because I want other people to understand just how bad this freaking movie is. I want them to hate it as much as I do. It is one of the only movies that I have actually been angry that it was so bad.
I don't understand that.
A friend of mine from college still tells a story about when we went to Dragon Con the year that it came out, and somebody was there doing like research, like public, I guess they were walking around doing a survey of con goers like ourselves, and he asked me what, like, he was there to do research on Battlefield, like get some kind of a poll on Battlefield Earth, like a response, I guess, poll. He said, "Did you see Battlefield Earth?" I said, "Oh, yes, I did see the Battlefield Earth, yes." And he said, "What did you think about it? Was it great?" And I don't even remember this, but he tells the story that like about the 5 other people that I was with stood there for about 15 minutes and watched me tell this dude in no uncertain terms just how bad that movie freaking was. And I don't even remember it happening, but he still tells that story apparently. So that's how bad it was. I was willing to tell a perfect stranger at length just how much of a movie that was.
Now, Patrick, we're closing with Patrick.
Well, it's Patrick level bad. It's so bad. It's insulting. It's so bad. It's insulting.
Let's see here.
Because you look at stuff like This Island Earth and you know all of those crazy movies that are like B and C movies that are bad. Okay, great, but there weren't going to be anything other than that. This had all of the force of a major studio behind it, and it had A-list celebrities, including wackos like John Travolta. And
Travolta was in it?
Travolta was it. This is
what?
It's by his Lord and Savior L. Ron Hubbard.
Come on.
This was all Travolta. What? Travolta made this movie. Travolta like forced this movie to be made because it was an L. Ron Hubbard book.
Really?
And it goes exactly the way you would think that movie would go. Like you should hear Forrest Whitaker talk about it because he's like second billing in that movie, and he is not happy that he was in that movie.
Why did he do it? Well, he did that other movie with John. He did what was that where Travolta had like some weird brain aneurysm stroke thing going on, but he gave him the power to. I don't know, what was it?
Mike? No, that was the thing where he's an angel. It came at the same time as Powder, and they were both like dude can do things with his brain movies.
Yeah, what was that? It had a great soundtrack. Phenomenon, yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
Not Phenomena.
Phenomena. But
Phenomenon. All right, I'm watching the trailer now for Battlefield.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to happen.
Yeah,
but I first have to pass the ad.
A bunch of dumb crap happens.
Why am I getting an ad? I have YouTube. I pay for YouTube. I shouldn't have to watch this.
Because I think that they're still in like gross denial that you're even trying to watch this.
Is that what it is? Or like, please don't make us show you this.
They're throwing things in front of you to keep you from watching.
They really are. Like, how many speed bumps can we put in front of this thing?
He'll thank us later.
I feel. Oh, is that him narrating this? No, that's not Travolta narrating.
I doubt it.
Wow, it's... Oh.
Yeah.
Man's an endangered species.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I knew that. And the cyclones are here, yeah.
Have you watched this?
I watched the whole friggin' movie.
So Travolta has dreads.
Yeah.
And there's like X-Wing looking
and
space,
on
like
stilts.
And they just blew up Slave 1 somehow. And
they wish they had some Star Wars in there.
This trailer doesn't really show you anything.
Right, and rightly so, because
I
no one would see the movie
trailer.
if they actually showed you part of the movie.
It has a stunning 2.5 out of 10 on IMDb. It has a...
You know what I would do for a while?
It has a glorious 3% Rotten Tomatoes.
I would go onto IMDb, because for a while there, it was like the fourth worst movie on the site. And I would go in there and I would vote any movie that was below it a 10. I would sacrifice my IMDb voting integrity just to get Battlefield Earth just a little bit closer to that last spot.
That's brilliant. I love that.
That's how much I hate that movie.
You hate this so much it's become like your mission. This is amazing.
just like Jack Ryan in Patriot Games. I will make it my mission in life.
Wow. And we wonder why Travolta didn't make any decent movies after 2000.
Or cast me in anything.
This is pretty much why. Because I don't think he was in anything. Wow. Now I gotta figure out like what movies do I hate? Like I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
No.
Wow. I got to clear this out of my history.
Yeah, you do.
This is gonna be a problem.
I don't want to know what gets suggested now.
It's like, he likes this. Let's suggest this.
Let me show you this series by Leah Remini.
I don't know who that is.
She was in King of Queens and is a rather famous ex-Scientologist.
Yeah. She's gone. Yeah, she's aggressive.
It's a very compelling series.
I bet. But she's also like, she's not, I don't know. On King of Queens, I liked her in King of Queens.
Yeah, I do. Ain't nothing wrong with her.
No. Mm-mm. But she's angry now.
Well, if you watch the show, you realize she's got a lot to be angry about.
I have so much angry in my life already. I don't know that I need more angry. I need more soothing. Do you have anything soothing for me? That's what I need. Soothing.
Some kind of a Muppet movie, maybe.
Yeah, that's great. That's what I'll do. They should have a Muppet version of Battlefield Earth.
Oh God. I like Gonzo in the role of John Travolta.
It would probably be an improvement. It would be funny.
Oh, it'd be great. You kidding
me?
There's no movie that can't be improved by a Muppet version. There really isn't. I'd see a Muppet version of Pulp Fiction. I think that would be fantastic.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Starring Kermit the Frog.
That's Mr. White, I guess.
But it would have to be it would have to be like some of the
because there is no Mr. Green.
That'd be like the lesser known.
Well, you'd have to have the one human. Like that's how that works in most of these movies, except like the good ones, right? I mean, you don't have the like. I like. I guess Christmas Carol is the only one that really is a good movie with the single human guy.
Michael Caine. That's
Michael Caine. Man, that guy, I've got nothing but respect for him for so many reasons. But for Muppet Christmas Carol, where he was like the director, I don't think Oz directed it, but the director was like, you're in a Muppet movie, you don't have to
Right.
Don't herniate yourself.
You are an award-winning.
And he was like, no, this is my role. I'm bringing it. I'm bringing the heat. And he does. And it's so good because of that. But like, all of the ones that are about the Muppets, like the Muppet movie and the Muppets Take Manhattan and Great Muppet Caper, which isn't really about the Muppets. It's a story. But all of those are there's no like main dude, main human. But you get like what was it? Muppet Wizard of Oz had Aaliyah, I think.
I don't think I ever saw Muppet Wizard of Oz.
That was in that. And then Treasure Island had Tim Curry. And a lot of people love Muppet Treasure Island, and don't get me wrong, I like it. It's just so different and weird from the rest of them. I never really latched onto it the way other people did. Muppets from Space, I absolutely love, and it's one of the sort of newer ones. Pepe in it. I love Pepe.
Michael, I don't know that he's working on anything now. He's done stuff recently, as recent as King of Thieves.
I don't know anything about King of Thieves, but he was, of course, Alfred in the Nolan Batmans.
And he was also he was in Kingsman. He was Kingsman Secret Service, 2014. So he's been in stuff recently-ish, but he's 89 now.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting
so
close
now it's
to
getting
retirement age.
Close to what? Don't say it. Don't. Hey, national treasure, man. National treasure.
Oh, he is. Yeah, not even our nation.
No, he doesn't need to be.
No, but he's somebody's national treasure, and the UK, I would imagine, would be that nation.
Yeah,
but man, go back to some old stuff like Italian Job and The Man Who Would Be King and all that stuff. Man, it's so good.
Yeah, Hannah and Her Sisters, Woody Allen flick. I'm trying to think what the first movie is I saw him in, though.
He's in that Without a Clue. We've talked about that, right? Where he plays an actor that John Watson has hired to be Sherlock Holmes so that...
I don't know.
Because he's the one that's actually solving crimes.
But I don't know about that.
It's so good. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and see, like, because I feel like there was the movie, wasn't there? He was in a movie with Christopher Reeve.
Oh yeah, Death Trap.
Was that what that was?
Mm-hmm. Michael Caine and Christopher Reeve in Death Trap, and they kiss in that movie.
They do. That's what, yes. Yes. That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was a play first, of course, and it's of course like a not a murder, but it's a sort of thriller, I guess you would call it. Yeah. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Interesting.
But I say, of course, because like when you watch it, you're like, okay, the entire thing takes place in like this one room. There's three people in this movie. Clearly, this was a play at one point.
Low budget. The set was very low budget. Yeah, that was a good movie. Apparently a good play also.
It's a very good play.
Well, I have so many things to watch now. I don't know. This is going to last years.
Yeah. And then, when you get done, come back.
I'll come back.
We'll have a supplemental episode about it.
We'll talk. We've got to talk about Alfie.
Alfie?
Michael Caine.
Well, I guess so.
Alfie, yeah.
Yeah,
and then Alf.
That if you say, and he needed to be in that. He should have been an Alf.
Would have lasted longer.
But they say that if you say the words "my cocaine," you are saying Michael Caine the way that Michael Caine would say Michael Caine. Michael Caine. Michael Caine. What's your name? Michael Caine.